Hello there. And this is Coach Mo. How are you today? It is October if you're watching me live today, if you're catching me on my podcast or some other area where I come and talk to you. Welcome. And I hope you're having a beginning of a great day. And I'm going to do my best to make your day even better once I get my camera into a little bit of focus there. Hello. Today I'm talking about, I think I'm in the wrong career. What do I do? If you're new to my work, welcome. If you're not new to my work, welcome. This is Coach Mo Fall. I'm America's kick-ass career coach and the creator of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, where we help professional women get promotions, salary increases, land new jobs, no matter what the economy is doing, and all without working harder, playing office politics, or being inauthentic. If you're a professional woman who feels like you're in the wrong career, keep listening. You're in the right place. So if you're familiar with my work, you know, or let's do a little quiz here. And welcome to all my clients. If you're here, and I know you, give me a shout out in the comments. I'd love to know that you're listening to me live and who you are and what you're going on for this week. If you're familiar with my work, you know that the basis of all things that might feel wrong or unfulfilling are at the soul level. And hello to Aaron. Nice to see you today. So here's the thing. There are plenty of times where you might be in a situation of wondering if I'm in the wrong career. You may be unfulfilled and you're second guessing yourself, and you feel like your gifts and abilities are being wasted. You feel like you're invisible. You can't make the impact you desire. Perhaps you're getting pushed out of meetings, marginalized, excluded. Perhaps some of the stuff that you used to really love doing is being taken off of your plate. And I know how unfulfilling it can feel when you can't make the impact you desire to make in the world because you feel like you're in the wrong place. I've been in jobs in my career where people actually said to me, I don't know why you're sticking around. Listen, you might feel like you've wasted years of study or effort, which you can never get back. There's probably a pit of fear maybe in your stomach because you don't feel like you truly belong where you are. And you might even worry if it's too late to switch gears now. Feeling like you're in the wrong career means you're probably losing money. In fact, I would say that you definitely are. You might not even know what kind of career would be better than the one that you've got. And if you do have an idea about what could be better, you might feel overwhelmed because you have no idea where to start, what next steps are, and you're thinking, I'm going to have to start at entry level. And I'm going to tell you this, working harder does not solve the problem. Your soul is probably so depleted that you don't have the energy or the bandwidth to do something new. This is a very painful place to be in. I've questioned my career numerous times. I started out, and hello, Christine, brand new and at a crossroads. Hello, Jennifer Phillips. I'm back. I've been at a point of feeling unfulfilled and that I was in the wrong career many times. I started out as a nurse, as a cardiac nurse, and felt really, really great saving people's lives. I was a young runner when I was a cardiac nurse, so I was always the first person to the room when the patient was coding, shocking them back to life, pushing the right drugs, helping revive the body. And after a while, it was sort of not enough for me. I know that might sound strange, but I felt that I really wanted more. There was something tugging at my soul. Now, I knew nursing, I knew cardiac stuff, so I gradually increased my career through cardiac nursing, going into cardiac rehab and then running cardiac rehab centers and then advancing myself more into consulting and business management and business development. And soon I was managing big healthcare enterprises, ending my career as a chief operating officer for a big national division in a publicly traded healthcare company. I know the ropes on extending myself into the unknown to grow my career, to grab more professional fulfillment. Here's the thing I learned with my breast cancer journey. Ready? It wasn't on the outside after all. Like all of the fulfilling jobs and the next level and the growth and the more money and the more impact. And I felt great every time my career would go up and I'd have a new job and bigger responsibilities. And I felt like I was making the impact that I was born and put on this earth to make. But when I had my breast cancer journey, I learned something really powerful. That my soul was the answer to it all. My soul was not truly fulfilled at the level that it needed to be. And this is the basis of my work. And yes, we just put in the comments below the way you get started with really understanding, first of all, if we can help you. But secondly, actually, first of all, what's really going on with you. And then secondly, whether we can help you. The truth about what's going on with you and what might be troubling you with your career is all sorted out in a complimentary career clarity call. And we'd be happy to have you book one of those times that it's easy for you to make. Carve out some time for you. Talk to one of my experts on my team. We have a team of career breakthrough strategists who know exactly how to help you see what's really not working in your career or at your soul level. We're going to peel back a few layers. Why? Because it's not just strategy. If it was strategy, you'd probably be there. So many of the clients we've worked with actually have made a misstep trying to do something to exert their next layer of career move, and they've made a mistake, and it sets them back. And then they start doubting themselves. Hello, Michelle, been a nurse for 23 years, 38 right here, sister. We've helped a lot of nurses. As a matter of fact, I think we have 5 nurses right now who we're working with in our workshop, and they all have different trajectories of careers. And I know that the pandemic has really created a very difficult environment in the hospital environment. And so here's the thing. When you are moving toward being convinced that you're not in the right career, you really can't just rely on strategy, because it's not really about that. Chances are, if you've had a decade or 2 or possibly even 3 in your chosen profession, there is something about it that has been fulfilling and that matters and matches to your skills and your talents and the things that make you feel good. So, oh, Lauren, you're underpaid. Yeah, right career, wrong seat on the bus. Totally get that. That can really lead to feeling like you're not in the right career, because if you're not advancing, if you're not being able to be pulled forward into better paying, higher level, greater impact, it's very easy to blame the boss, the company, the career. Very, very easy to point the fingers all out here. Very easy to do that. An unfulfilling career feels like I've made the wrong move into this or that. And I'm here to tell you that that may be true. That may be true. You may have made a wrong move. What I know to be true for sure is that your true misstep is that you don't have as strong of a basis of who you are and what you're all about at the soul level. You can't possibly match up your career with your soul. My camera's getting a little blurry. You can't possibly match that up if you don't know who you are at the soul level. Christine, MBA, multiple layoffs, got an RN, pandemic, made mistake. I don't know. What are you doing now? Book a clarity call, mofall.com/live clarity. Ladies, please take the time to have us help you sort out what's really going on with your career. I know that if you're not in the right place, if you feel like you've been jiggled in the wrong direction, you have to talk to an expert and sort it out. All due respect to your family and friends, they're going to be responding from how they know you, and they're going to want to protect you and not have you make another mistake, or they're going to come from their sense of insecurity, instability. I don't know. Shouldn't you just be grateful that you even just have a job? What are you, crazy that you're going to be looking for a new job during this time? So there's so many fears and insecurities and unknowns that other people bring to the table. We help women land jobs, move their careers forward, get promoted, and move in a direction of their truth and their power in ways that people who are not experts cannot do. I'm just going to say it that way. Not only do I have a team of trained career coaches and certified coaches, and myself and my team have all had careers that have progressed and developed, some of us at the very highest levels. We know how to help you identify the problem. You see, if you just slap a resume and update your LinkedIn profile, you're going to miss the soul connection of who you are and what you're all about. If you don't get the soul piece right, you're just going to be throwing darts up against a wall, hoping one of them sticks. And if it sticks, it may not be right. You know how many people I've talked to on our complimentary career clarity calls, by the way, mofall.com/live clarity, who are like, oh, I'm going to get into real estate. Oh, I'm going to open my own business. Oh, I'm going to go do this with a friend. Why? Do you know why you're doing that? Why you're doing that is because you're looking for something that's more fulfilling financially, spiritually, impact, skills and talents, because perhaps you've made some wrong moves and you've disconnected from your soul. So now you've got this big disconnect and you're trying to repair it by finding some other opportunity out there. There's millions of opportunities out there. And if you start going one by one, you're never going to make it through. I could go on and on about stories of the women we've spoken to on our clarity calls, the women who we've helped. We've helped over 1,000 women over the years in helping patch their soul back up and then getting the career move that makes sense. If you make a career move from a disconnected place, it's going to be out of alignment and disconnected. If you're disconnected, everything you do from that place is disconnected and it's not going to work for you. And the universe is trying to get your attention. Pay attention to your soul. Pay attention to the truth of who you are first. Yes, Michelle, I really am a nurse. Pennsylvania and Florida, 38 years in the state of Pennsylvania. Come on now. Let's take care of your soul. I can treat your soul just like I treated our cardiac patients in the ICU at the University of Pittsburgh Hospital, with one proper treatment for what's wrong. I would never give an AFib patient the same medicine that I would give a congestive heart failure patient. You don't do that. So if you don't know the diagnosis of what's wrong with your career, you're going to be mistreating it. Plain and simple. So if you're trying to treat a problem and you don't know the actual problem itself, but you know what it looks like out here, if you don't get to the root of the problem, you're not solving it. You're just adding another problem. So if you think you're in the wrong career, what you need to do is to talk to us so that we can help you get clarity on that. And chances are, if you feel you're in the wrong career, there's a few things going on. Number one, your soul is completely disconnected with who you are on the outside. Big problem. It's got to get fixed. Number two, you've been spinning your wheels so long that you feel like crap inside, and you have to blame someone for feeling like crap inside. So it's really easy to blame the career because there's not a person really attached to that. It's not like someone's going to get in trouble. You're just blaming this career. So what do? You've got to talk to an expert. Like, there are other experts out there, none as good as we are, but there are other experts. Listen, book your complimentary clarity call. We will help you. If you're a professional woman, we can help you. We can help you get clarity, and we can help you understand what the next steps are. If it's working with us, cool. We can figure that out together and how that comes together, and to empower you to make that big, powerful, awesome decision to change your soul, your career, and your life. It's a life-changing decision to work with us. If that's not what you're up to, if you're not up to changing your life and having a better everything, maybe there's another next step or something that you could do to move yourself out of the pain and misery of thinking you're in the wrong career. Let me give you 2 examples from our clients. Number 1, a particular woman, very highly educated in a really big, cool company, made some missteps and didn't get a promotion. Now, she had no idea what those missteps were because she was playing by the rule book of working hard. A lot of women are playing by that rule book. And at a certain point, working hard is not the only thing to do. You have to work hard to advance. You have to put your commitment in and really have yourself focused on the things that are important for your employer. But just hard work alone will not do it. So this particular woman did not get a promotion, and she found out other people who were less qualified than her did. It was a big HR firestorm. And after that, she was pretty much pegged as a troublemaker. And she was feeling really lost. And she was feeling like she didn't know what the next move was. And you know what? She didn't know the next move. Thank you, Erin. I'm going to put that right up here. She didn't know the next move. She couldn't have known the next move. Her boss wasn't going to tell her. Her colleagues weren't going to tell her. The HR department wasn't going to tell her. So she needed an expert to help her navigate it. Not only that, she needed to yield to us as experts to help her out. So if you have all this ego that's protecting other people from helping you, a lot of people do that. No, you can't possibly help me. You can't possibly understand. No, I'm not going to share that with you. I'm not going to talk about stuff like that. Listen, don't show up on a complimentary career clarity call with an attitude, because it's not our problem that your career is a mess. And I'm just being honest with you. It's not our problem that your career isn't feeling right for you, but it is certainly possible that we can help you. So if you come on a complimentary career clarity call, please come with an open heart and an open mind, because we're going to ask you questions to get to the diagnosis. It's like saying to the doctor, I think I broke my foot. And they're like, okay, x-ray down the hall. We're going to wheelchair you there. I'm not getting in a wheelchair. I'm not going to get an x-ray. All right, then we'll never truly know if you broke your ankle. Like, you got to get the exam in order to get the diagnosis. So if you're not interested in the exam, don't book a complimentary clarity call. And please don't book a complimentary clarity call if you're not going to show up and talk to us. If you're serious about changing your problems and taking responsibility, and you really want to solve this, go to mofall.com/live clarity, book a time with my team of experts, and we will take care of things with you, for you. We will serve you to your truth. We will serve you to your truth. On Friday, I was actually talking to another RN who happened to be completely burnout, completely overworked, and all in the wrong places. And she's training to do a totally different job that's not in her wheelhouse, 20 years after being a nurse, and she loves being a nurse. She was abandoning it because someone said to her, oh, why don't you train and do this, and you could do that for a job. Ladies, don't do that. Do not do that. Do not use someone else's suggestion of how they want to use you in the world and abandon a career that probably for the most part is fitting you. Oh, back to this woman who had passed over for promotion, and she made a whole firestorm at work. We helped bring her to her soul's truth. We helped her get past the pain, the embarrassment, and the shame of having made those mistakes and not getting promoted. And what else? We helped her show up differently at work. She started interviewing out in the marketplace and realizing that she actually had a good job in a great company that she was actually happy about. And she liked the work that she did, and she liked her team. We helped her get a promotion. We helped her reclaim herself, do and be differently at work, and start to be the woman who was going to be then promotable. And indeed, she did get a promotion. And it's a promotion she's been longing for years. That's the sort of thing we do. There's another example of a woman who was out of work for almost 2 years. She had a death in the family. She was feeling really, really lost. And she was going to completely go into a whole nother career. As a matter of fact, she came into the workshop ready for us to just kind of like scoot her into that new career move, which she would have been starting at the bottom rather than leveraging 25 years in what she knew how to do. And there was a coaching session that I know she'll remember forever, and I will, where I said to her, "Did you like what you did?" "I loved it." "Did you feel awesome when you were really on fire with it?" "Yeah." I said, "Then we have to get to the truth and get you in the right job for that profession and cut the bullshit of thinking that you're really going to start doing this whole new career over here, starting from scratch. At 50 years old, if you have 2+ decades of treasure, of talent and skill in a profession, it would be a real shame for you to ditch all of that because you're suffering. Take care of the suffering, and you'll be able to see much more clearly what your truth is and where you ought to go. You will see much more truly who you are when you stop blaming the external world, when you stop blaming your boss for not getting the promotion, when you stop blaming others for throwing you under the bus, when you stop blaming anyone else except the woman in the mirror for fixing this problem. This is your career. This is your responsibility. If it's not feeling like it's the right thing for you, you have to do the diagnosis and the investigation, and then you have to do the work. That's the way it works. You got to get into the responsibility seat and move yourself into a powerful way of your truth. There's no boss out there who knows your truth. And we've had women whose bosses have been their friends. "Oh, she and I are good friends." She's not going to help you with your career. As a matter of fact, she's going to be thinking about her career, which you ought to be doing. Okay? This is no offense to your best friend who's your boss. Every human being on this planet is responsible for one person. I don't care if you have kids. There's still just one person you're responsible for. Yeah, you have to take care of your kids and nurture them so that they can be grown people and know how to navigate life. Sure. But your number one responsibility is to be you in your highest version of you. That makes you a better mom. It certainly positions you to be a better partner for whoever loves you and who you love. If you're not the best version of you, you're sucking wind, they're feeling it, and it's not fun. And so your partner might be saying, "Get into a different career because I'm sick and tired of hearing you bitching about this." If you think you're in the wrong career, you're talking to other people and you're bitching to them. And I don't blame you because it sucks. It sucks to feel like you're in the wrong place. It is not fun. So what you do is solve it like this. You solve it quickly. You get a diagnosis. I broke my foot 2 years ago. Out walking. So it like hurt for a couple of weeks. I thought I had some tendonitis and I've been running all of my life. So I sort of knew something was going on. And hey, Michelle, yeah, okay, you can blame yourself, but take responsibility and change it. Solve the problem. Okay. mofall.com/live clarity will get you a complimentary call with my team of experts. So I broke my foot 2 years ago. And for weeks leading up to that, there was something wrong with my foot, but not wrong enough not to walk. At this point in my life, I mostly walk, hardly ever jog or run, but I've been on my feet doing stuff for a long time. And as a nurse, I sort of know the body, and I knew which bones and which tendons, and I think I'm an expert on feet. Nope. So I go out walking one morning, and after about a half a mile into the walk, something snaps in my foot. I couldn't put my foot down at all from that step onward because I didn't pay attention to the suffering and to the pain. I kept going. So something's going to break. Same with your career. If you keep limping along in your career, something's going to break. And like that one client I mentioned who didn't get the promotion, that was her break. Her break was, I don't know what's happening here. I need someone to help me. And you know what? She's a very well-educated woman. So she was like, I don't know the answer. Just like I didn't know, A, if I broke my foot, or B, how to fix it. So I went right over to the urgent care center. And then they sent me to an orthopedic surgeon who sent me to x-rays. And once we determined the bones that got broke, now the right cast, the right treatment, the right protocol for staying off of it. And then when it's healed, guess what? Physical therapy. Because if you're off your foot for 2 weeks because you broke it, you get back on that foot, you're not walking right. And you could pretend you're walking right, but you're limping. And those tendons in that foot are not flexing the way that they're supposed to. So ultrasound, exercises, massage, strengthening the leg, all of that has to happen. You think fixing your career is any different? No. If you're in the wrong career, it's as if you have a broken bone. If you keep running on it, all hell's going to break loose. There's no way I could have walked on my broken foot. But let's pretend for a second that I would have, because maybe I'm stubborn, I got an ego, I'm intellectually rationalizing, no, it's not broken. I'm going to walk and damage further. I could have bled, there could have been a vein, or I could have shattered a nerve. All sorts of things could have happened if I would have been in denial. But I wasn't, because it hurt like hell. Your career is the same thing. Most people won't change unless something hurts like hell, or if they lose something. My biggest revelation came when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I went so deep into my soul and into my truth after that, because I was skating along on the surface for years, decades of personal development, spiritual development, read every book on success and spirituality. I thought I had my shit together. But when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, when I faced having my breast cut off, when I was brought to that level of truth, I realized something very significant. I had not been truly functioning as the best version of me. Nope. I was functioning as the version that I thought other people needed me to be for the job I had. And I had pushed down and bottled up the best parts of me. Why? Because they were repressed, because people had made comments. Oh, you talk too much. Oh, you have too many ideas. Oh, you move too fast. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, la, 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 la. So I pushed all the cool shit about myself into little pockets inside of me that began to fester like poison. Know what I'm saying? One of the major turning points in our 12-week workshop with the women who are there with us is the lesson on forgiveness. The lesson on self-forgiveness. Yeah, there's other people to forgive out there. This girl, she's got to forgive herself. Michelle, you got to forgive yourself. But chances are you're not there yet. So hopefully you'll pop on a clarity call. And if you're a nurse with a career and you've done cool stuff and you've got talent and expertise, we're going to help you leverage it in a way that makes more sense to who you are. But you got to get over the shitstorm first. Because you can't have a great career while you're blaming yourself, feeling crappy, and wondering if you're in the right career. There's no patient who deserves, yes, it's mofall.com/live clarity. There's no patient who deserves a nurse who's unsure of whether she really wants to be a nurse. There's no patient who deserves that. There's no engineer who deserves to have a boss who's wondering, oh, should I be in engineering or not? I don't know. We got a gal in our workshop right now. She is like an amazing engineer. She has recalibrated all kinds of manufacturing processes and her outcomes are out the roof. And she's like, I don't know. I don't know if I like this engineering thing. I don't know. And I'm like, what? But the thing is, she's gotten so disconnected from her truth. That's the problem. mofall.com/live clarity. Matter of fact, if you go to my page, mofall.com, you're going to see where to book a clarity call. You can see client interviews. You can see more about me if that's helpful. Hey, thanks so much, Athena. My cancer journey is behind me. Thank goodness. 13 years. It was a heck of a couple of years there for a while, but hey, I got through it. I learned. I became a deeper version of me. I got into my truth. And now, as a lot of cancer patients, once they get through it, it was the gift I needed to help me really see who I am, what I bring to the table, and to no longer repress and push down all the cool parts of me. I went back in my national director position after my cancer, a different woman, a more confident woman, a woman who had a purpose and a mission to do great work. Michelle, I see you're on YouTube. We'll be happy to put the clarity call information in the YouTube about section. mofall.com/live clarity. MOFAUL.com/live clarity, or just go to mofall.com. Hey, and on most emails that you get from us, there will be a link in that email to book a complimentary career clarity call. We are very interested in helping professional women elevate themselves, get out of the pain and suffering of, am I in the wrong career? You have got to get into the truth of the real diagnosis before you determine that you're in the wrong career. And we have helped some women pivot their careers. We have helped some women identify an area that is a better fit. It's usually a pivot, though, and not a complete abandonment. And we mostly work with women who are in mid-career. They have some expertise and some experience that they bring to the table. And that's really important. If you don't have an education, expertise, or experience that we can help you leverage better into the marketplace in a new job and accelerate your career, we may not be able to help you. But book a complimentary career clarity call. Fill out the short application that we have that'll help us determine if we can help you or not. And sometimes there's a different coach or a different solution that you might need to accelerate or advance yourself. There might be another reason why you're getting pushback, and we'll get to the bottom of that. Again, a complimentary career clarity call, you can see it as like a career x-ray. So we're going to look down into the layers of your career and you, and we're going to help you see what's really going on there. Because if you're thinking you're in the wrong career, there's something going on deeper than the surface level. I know this because we've worked with thousands of women. We've spoken to over 10,000 women on complimentary career clarity calls. We've heard it all. We've seen it all. And if we know we can help you, we're going to totally rock and get you in a terrific new situation for you. Like woman A, who I mentioned, she didn't change her company. She didn't change anything about her education or her experience or her expertise. She changed her and got the promotion. Now, you can't change you without some external help. It just doesn't work that way. Everyone who wants to be successful at a level where they haven't been has to find someone to help them see and progress in areas they can't do on their own. I'm a real big sports fan, and I know that every professional athlete has many coaches: diet coach, weightlifting coach, expert coach on whether they're a receiver or a quarterback or a running back. They've got experts helping with each area so that they can excel and play at the highest level. If you want to bump around and doubt yourself all your career, that's your choice. I don't suggest it. It's going to do a lot of damage to your body. It's going to do damage to your personal relationships in your life. It is not the preferred method to go. We just got dark here, so let's see if I can turn a light on and brighten this conversation up. Ooh, there we go. So you can bump along and not be who you really want to be and feel like you're making a mistake in your career and just keep blah, 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 blah. You can do that. Totally, you're allowed. I don't want that for you. I know it's just going to do damage to your body, to your soul for sure. Thank you, Aaron. The clarity call gave me the clarity I needed. The best thing I ever did for me. And Aaron, isn't it awesome that you now have a different perspective on your job, on your career, on you, on who you are, and how to be the powerful woman who you were meant to be? So many of us women were not taught how to be powerful, and people walk all over us, and we think that that's just the way life is. It's not. If you're feeling that you're in the wrong career, if you're feeling like you just can't advance yourself or advance your proposition, or people are treating you in a certain way, it's a reflection as to what's going on inside. And I don't mean that to blame you or shame you. I mean it to wake you up and realize it's time for you to take your life in your own hands. It's time to get into your truth, and it's time to do something about it. You know, over the past 2 years, dealing with the pandemic has put many of us in a feeling that's like 17 more layers of pain and suffering. And again, it doesn't have to be that way. Challenging environments push us to either be the better version of ourselves or a smaller, shrunken version of ourselves. Don't shrink. If you're under stress, if you're struggling, if you're suffering in your career, do not shrink one more day. It's time to pick yourself up, claim yourself, talk to an expert, mofall.com/live clarity. And when you book that time, carve out the time. Get yourself into a place where you can be private. You're not driving. You're not distracted. If you are driving or distracted during that time, we're going to ask to reschedule it, because that's not how you get your truth. You're not doing an x-ray while you're cooking dinner. When you go to an x-ray, you are absolutely committed to being in that room, and you're still, and they're doing the x-ray. Complimentary career clarity call requires that kind of carved out time. It's for you. Can you make yourself a priority for an hour? Can you? I hope that you can, because your soul, your life, your career, and your impact in the world is determined by you putting yourself as a priority. And chances are your financial future is being negatively impacted if you're not putting yourself as a priority. Do not take one more day of playing at a less than version of yourself. Do not take one more day being paid less than your worth because you don't know how to get out of it. We can help you. We had a woman who had 2 strokes actually 5 years ago, and she had put herself on a second-rate citizen type of list, not officially, but effectively. She had put herself down as worn out and used material. And she was in a job way below what she knows how to do. And don't you know, when you're doing that, you feel it. People who say to me, oh, I lost this big job. I think I'll just take a smaller job. You take a smaller job, that's like putting your size 8 foot into a size 5 shoe. You can't walk very far with that. And you may say, oh, it's just less pressure. It's less stress. No, it's not. It's more pressure and more stress to work under your pay level. Take it from an expert. I've seen it all the time. Are all your people as good as you? Yes, Wendy. P.S. Some of them are better than me. Ha ha. I do get it. My entire team gets it. And those of you who are clients here, please let everyone know. My team is freaking awesome. Hey, Wendy, you think I would have less than people on my team? I mean, come on, girl. I've got A players on my team. We're awesome. And as a team, we are so much better. And some of my team members are really good at this thing. Some of my team members are really good at that thing. I've got a gal who's an excellent resume writer. I've got a gal who's really great with stress and trauma disorder and healing from that. Like, team is where it's at. So Wendy, book yourself a complimentary clarity call. We'll talk to you and we'll figure out if we can help you out. mofall.com/live clarity. I know it by heart by now. Boom. So smart. I really want to implore upon you this week, if you're thinking that you're in the wrong career, what I want to impress upon you is this. You need to get to the root, to the diagnosis of what that's all about. We've got 2 more months of this year. If you're watching me live, we've got 2 more months of this year. Hold on, water, please. Everyone join me for a water break. You'll learn the benefits of water in my workshop also. You've got 2 more months of this year going if you're watching me live. Next year is going to be the most awesome year for those of you who are evolved and have their soul energy ratcheted up and are living your true soul self. The entire world is easier when you're living that way. The entire world responds differently to you when you're in your highest vibrational truth. So you want to change the world? That's what you do. You bring yourself into your higher vibrational truth. And then employ strategies to move your career forward from that version of you. That's how we get such great results with our gals. We're not telling them, write this on your resume. Tell them this in the interview. That would never work. It's fake. We get into your truth. We help you bring your soul alive. We help reacquaint you with the most awesome parts of you. And then your resume resonates with you, which then resonates with the right jobs. And your LinkedIn and your interview coaching all resonates with your aligned self. You will not be in the wrong career when we are finished working together. You will be put into your soul. And then from that point, we will help put the tapestry of your beautiful career together based on what you know how to do, what you're really great at, what you enjoy, types of companies, the culture you want to be in. It's not random. It is personalized for you. That's how cool our program is. Everyone gets a personal solution, but we're going to take you through our recipe because our recipe works. Was about to give up. Christine, don't give up. Was going to work in a supermarket. Oh man. Let us help you not make that misstep. Nothing wrong with working in a supermarket. We actually had a fantastic client years ago who ran a supermarket, and she became award-winning when she worked with us, and she totally rocked another level. She was actually picked to open their biggest store, and she retired this summer. Rock on, Jessica. So 5 years later, she went out on the high note rather than feeling like she needed to slide back and protect herself and be anonymous for 5 years. No, no, no. So we don't want backslides, ladies, especially not at the tail end of your career. You want to go out on top. I don't know where you are in your career, ladies, but I'm going to tell you what, if you have less than 10 years left in your career, there is no time to wait. Make this the best 10 years of your entire career. Don't hide. There's no such thing as coasting. You're either going backwards or you're going forward. Pick the forward direction. It feels better for the soul. Backwards feels like shit. Trust me, I'm an expert. We don't go backwards. We move forward. Forward, Mo. Wait, let me point in the right direction. Wait, which way is this? Momentum. Hey, my name's not Mo for no reason at all. Okay? It's what we do. We do momentum. Forward movement. All right, let's capsulize what we've discussed today. Number one, if you feel like you're in the wrong career, you got to take an inventory and get diagnosed at a deep level to determine if that's true or not. Chances are it's not. If you're like 2 years in your career, maybe, but we would help you find out on a complimentary career clarity call. Again, it's mofall.com/live clarity. We're going to spend about an hour talking to you about what your truth is, what you want to do, where you want to go. And then if we can close that gap for you, we will close that. Michelle, don't ask me how much. It depends if we can help you or not. Okay. Michelle, sounds like you got some trauma, girl. Let's book a complimentary clarity call and see if we can help you out. Number two, do not abandon a career just because you're miserable. Get help, whether it's with me or someone else. No, 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 no. Do not abandon a career that you've been in for a while. Do not blame the career. Do not blame your boss. Do not blame your company. Look at yourself in the mirror and said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And then book your call. We'll see if we can help you. We can't help everyone. mofall.com/live clarity, but we're certainly willing to talk to you about it. If you have education, experience, and expertise in a particular career or field, we'd be happy to help diagnose what's truly going on and to help you see your future. And if we can help take you there, we will absolutely talk about that. Number three, please avoid getting advice on your career from people who are not successful or who have their own interests in mind. And I love your partner, but if your partner says just quit and we'll figure it out because they're sick and tired of hearing you complain, please don't do that. Get the help. It's just like you wouldn't say with your roof leaking, oh, we'll just ignore the roof. We'll stop living in that part of our house. You're not going to do that. You're not going to not fix your broken, leaky roof. You're going to figure out how, because it's going to ruin your house. So the same thing with your career. Don't mess with it. Get an expert. Get someone who can truly help. Okay? That's what's important to do. All right. Those are the marching orders for this week. Okay? If you haven't seen my book, What If? Wait, it's like mirrored, so I get like all. Okay. What if the world was all for you? And what if the problems in your career are the exact thing that you needed to lean into something bigger and better for you? What if that was the world? That is the world. So lean in. And Jennifer Phillips, we are going to end this show with your comment. Thank you. Mo knows what she's talking about. 100%. Thank you, darling. I certainly love and appreciate your forward momentum too. And boom, don't go backwards. Go forward. It's a human trait to want to retreat when you're under stress. But you are beyond primitive. You are beyond your stress responses. You are an awesome human being with a beautiful future. Take charge of it. Take charge of it. And Christine, nice to see you here. please take your awesome self into the next level up. And again, we can help you. mofall.com/live clarity. See you next time. Keep tuning in every single week. We got something special to jazz you up, pick you up, help you see the truth, and then ideas of where to go, how to go forward. Forward. This is Coach Mo Fall, founder and creator of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, where we transform women's lives and careers through their soul. It's a 12-week journey that you're going to love. mofall.com/live clarity is the way to get started. Talk to you soon. Ladies, thanks for joining me today.